Well, well, well. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? The leafy yard ain't so leafy. What's up, my peeps? Al Smith here. Today is Tuesday, and Tuesdays are reserved exclusively for the leafy yard. And oh my, as you can see, it's not really leafy at all. Oh, leafy yard, you done let me down this week. What am I to call you now? The non-leafy yard. Man, I just heard. What is that? Did y'all hear that squeaking? Is that a tree? Man, almost sound like a panda bear. Oh man, y'all say a prayer for me, man. There be so many trees over here. Like, man, hopefully one don't decide to tumble over on me. I be looking up at the trees so much when I'm over here. I'm like, man, God, let me make it back home to my family, man. I'm just trying to provide. So, yeah, but so what I gotta do today is basically I thought I was gonna have to clean up some leaves, but it doesn't really look bad. So I am gonna be blowing it off. That is one of the things I'm gonna be doing. But like I say, it doesn't look bad at all. I don't have to cut it. The grass looks good. If you look at my last video when I was over here, I sprayed weed killer in the rock bed. Looking at the rock bed right now, that doesn't look bad. This is the pine bark bed over here. To your right, my left, that doesn't look bad. And the other one to your right, my left, it doesn't look bad either. So it really ain't anything to do over here except blow the leaves into a pile, rake those up, blow the house off. I mean, blow the yard off, and I pretty much be good to go. I might do some detail work just to get some stuff out the way, but I mean, as far as the weeds and stuff goes, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that at all. The bed up front, what I cut last time I was over here last week, that doesn't look bad. The little area of grass that's right next to the bed up front, that doesn't look bad. So I mean, it's nothing really to do except blow these leaves up into piles, break them up, and get up out of here. And to be honest, I'm glad. I'm glad. I got off early yesterday, Monday, and man, it felt so good. I say I want to try to do a repeat of that. So I got this one and I got one more left for today, and that'll wrap it up for me. So I'm trying to get them done as quickly as I can so I can go back home. I want some rest. So anyway, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get to it. And y'all know my saying, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get to it. All right, my peeps, let's go ahead and just blow it off. And you know what? This is gonna be such a quick job that I might not even edit it. I might just let it ride. This is gonna be very quick. Watch and see. saying that I probably need like 2 bags. I might not need nothing but this one. Let me tell you something silly that I just did. I just put my gloves on without strapping them up. Now, the whole reason why I bought these gloves was so I could strap them up, so the debris wouldn't get in them. What do? Put them on without strapping them up, and boy, I just paid for it because so many leaves got into my gloves just then. Let this be a lesson, kids. Use the tools the way that the tools are meant to be used. It'll make your life so much more easy. So, walk with me, y'all. Walk with me. So, Saturday, I was out all day. I mean, I'm out all day. Because Saturday was my daughter's prom. So, me and my wife, we ripping and running and ripping. And Friday, it was a somewhat busy day for me. So, Saturday was another busy day for me. And I was like, when am I gonna get some rest? Friday and Saturday was a busy day. And then Sunday, I had to do an oil change on my mower and just some regular maintenance on my equipment. So Sunday, I really didn't get any rest. Saturday, we spent all day, like I say, ripping and running. And it was all worth it. I mean, we left at like 10 something. We was trying to get a rental because my daughter, she wanted a black SUV, something like a Lexus or a Mercedes, or maybe even something like a Suburban, something that felt kind of like presidential for the time, for that moment. That's what she wanted to pull up in. So, and we went to the rental car place, and there was literally nothing available. So, walk with me. So we went to one, and that was close by our house. And then the person was like, "Hey, we got some cars, but we just don't have them at this location. We just don't have them at this location. So what you have to do is you have to go to the airport and get one." So I'm like, okay, cool. So we said, "Hey, do you guys have luxury vehicles, The person was like, yeah, yep, got him. Just at the airport. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go to the airport. So the vehicle that they had available was a Hyundai SUV. I can't remember what the name was, but it was a Hyundai SUV. And it was white. So it was like, well, drive this to the airport and swap it out. I'm like, okay, cool. So we drive it to the airport, get to the airport, and we ask about the cars. Like, hey, what y'all got available? So the lady looked, she was like, nah, nothing. I like, no. So I say, man, y'all ain't got no Suburbans or anything. So she's like, nope. She's like, man, they've all been in and out. So man, I started getting kind of agitated because I'm like, man, there's something that my daughter wants, and now I can't get it. And we didn't try to like reserve anything. Just being kind of naive to the situation, you know. So we really didn't try to reserve anything. We're just like, man, we'll just get it, you know, day before. Because initially what my daughter wanted to do was get an Uber Black. And so I was like, nah, man, let's go ahead and get her a rental, you know, that way we could drive her. We know that she's safe. Which I'm not saying that the Uber wouldn't have been safe, but it's like, you know, I just wanted to have more control over that. So my wife was like, okay, cool, we'll do that. The rental car place at the airport, they didn't have anything except, well, they had two cars. They had a Kia. It wasn't like a Telluride or anything like that. It was like a Kia Sumo, or I don't know. It wasn't luxury. And it wasn't black. I'm like, man, she don't want that. So then they had a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was black. So I was like, okay, that might work. And I'm like, man, that still is not a luxury vehicle. It's just, you know, it's not a luxury vehicle. When I think about luxury vehicles, I think about BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Infiniti, Acura, you know. And when I think about anything being like presidential, I think about Suburbans, Yukons, you know, things like that. So I'm like, man, dang, this ain't what she wants. So my wife, she called my daughter. She was like, hey, they don't have this, but they have this Jeep, and they have this Kia. So the Kia was a gray. It was a dark gray, like a charcoal gray. But again, not a luxury vehicle. So my daughter was like, well, she was fine either way. She's like, man, you can get the Kia, or you can get the Jeep. So she was really cool about it. I think it was me more so that was kind of like getting a little agitated. But my daughter, she cool because that's just her demeanor, man. My daughter just be cool about everything. She be like, if we can get what I'm looking for, cool. If we can't, it's fine. And so we wound up getting the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and we get it. First thing I noticed, I'm like, man, this runner right here don't really seem like it's that clean. So we get it, start driving it. It's not the best drive, you know. The ride's a little rough, but it's cool, you know. It's like, it's a rental, it's last minute. My daughter cool with it. Cool. Let's run. So my daughter had to go and get her makeup done. She had to be there at 3. 2 or 3, I think it's 3. But anyway, my daughter, she gets in the truck. She looks in the back because she's in the back seat. She's like, oh, it's dirty back here. She's like, man, like somebody been smoking. She's like, I don't know what this comes from, a cigar or what it comes from, but it's something down here. So she takes a picture and she shows it to me. And it's ashes in the ashtray. And it's like, we're like tobacco of some sort. So I'm like, dang, man. So now I'm kind of aggravated and irritated. I'm like, man, oh man. Then I look in the cup holder in the front, and it's got like crumbs in it. I'm like, my gosh, why didn't the people clean the truck out? The only thing I think they really did was spray rinse the outside out, and they cleaned the floors, but they didn't do any type of like detail work. I'm not gonna say their name because I do have a little bit of a following at this point, and I ain't trying to put nobody on blast, but man, I was like so aggravated about that. But all in all, it turned out to be a great event. Everything turned out very beautiful. My wife, she had bought, she had did the measurements. I was going to say the alteration, but she did the measurements to the dress, and so the dress came out very good. Came out very good. And my daughter actually didn't even want to go to prom. She was like, she had asked us the week before. She was like, hey, if I pay y'all back, because she has a job, she's like, hey, if I pay y'all back, would y'all be mad if I didn't go? So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, this is your last prom. She went to prom last year, and she was there, you know, just to support her friends or whatever. But she went to prom last year. I'm like, man, this is your last year. There will not be another prom for you to go to. I'm like, the next thing that you'll go to will be your 10-year high school reunion. And at that time, he was 27, maybe 28. So I'm like, man, no, go ahead and go. Have fun. And so she went, and man, she thoroughly enjoyed herself. Her and her friends, they came back after they went to the prom, and they met at Chili's. And man, they stayed there until like 12 o'clock. So when I got back, or when she called us and we picked her up, we got back, man, I didn't ask her how it was. I didn't ask her if she hadn't had fun. I ain't ask her anything. I took off my clothes, took off my shoes, my clothes, and I hopped straight in the bed. Hey, I hopped straight in the bed, man. I was like, hey, I feel like you had fun. If you didn't have fun, I don't know what to tell you. You just go out to tell me what happened in the morning. Hey, hold on, y'all. I'm finna go ahead and blow this off real quick. All right, my peeps. Let's go ahead and do this final walkthrough. So this is the area in which y'all saw me raking up. This is the area that I always use to place my pile of leaves at. What I did differently is up here on this covering right here, I wanted to blow those leaves. I seen them in one of my last videos. I was like, man, that does not look appealing at all. So blew those leaves, blew them into a pile, and made that look a little bit better. Now I will say that over here, I need to do the same thing, because look at that. And so probably what I'll do is next week when I come over here, I'll probably go ahead and get that taken care of. I was gonna do some extra stuff, and the extra stuff that I was gonna do would have been cutting this stuff down, because these ain't nothing but like weeds. So I wanted to cut that stuff down, but I'll hold off until next week. I want to see how these leaves are gonna be. I think they have stopped falling at this point, so I should have some time next week to get that done. This is the area that I had blew off right here. As you can see, everything is looking good. A couple of little leaves right here against the fence line, but it's nothing major. Here's the area where I put the leaves at again. The back area behind the shed. Here's how it's looking up against the fence line. Hardly anything. This right here is a weed. Here's what we're looking like on the side of the shed. Here's the ground in front of the shed. The fence line on this side. Against the house. Behind the trash cans. And we'll come out to the front. Hold on for a second. Here's what it's looking like against this fence line. Here is the rock bed. I sprayed weed killer over here last week, and as you can see, there's not a weed to be found. Here's the bed with the pine bark in it. Just a few leaves, nothing too major though. The edge line, I didn't even edge it up this week. I was going to, but I looked at it, I was like, oh, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need it at all. Here's this little area of grass right here. Here's the front view. Here's the bed that has pine bark in it. Here's the sided area. Here's up against the fence. And here is the area that I blow the pile of leaves into. here's this little patch of grass right here. Right here is the bedded area. And I said in the beginning that I wasn't gonna do anything as far as like cutting. But I decided to do some weed eating over here because it hadn't grown up slightly. And then this area of grass right here, I was saying that I wasn't gonna do anything to it as well. But I decided to go ahead and weed eat it just because it had a little bit of new growth. And here is the final look from the front. Give me a second, y'all. That's basically gonna wrap it up for me. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, if you enjoyed it, only if you enjoyed it, consider giving me a subscribe. Check my old work as well. Look through my catalog on here on YouTube and see if you like some of my other work. And if you do, subscribe to the channel. To all of my old subscribers, my subscribers that I have already had, y'all know how we rocking out, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I do. To the brands that are accepting us as affiliates, to the ones that have accepted us as affiliates of their products, thank you. Major shout out to Endurant Turf Colorants as well as the Geoponics brand, and shout out to Amazon as well because they accepted us in their affiliate slash influencer program. So shouts out to them as well. And until the next time, I'm out.